You've tried to quit before. Maybe it was scrolling at 1 a.m., the snacking, the procrastinating, or snapping at people you love. And when you failed, some part of you decided the problem was you. Not enough discipline, not enough willpower. Broken. What almost nobody tells you, that habit you can't shake isn't a character flaw. It's a physical structure inside your brain built with the exact same biological process that lets you walk, talk, and ride a bike without thinking. Your brain didn't fail you. It did exactly what it was designed to do. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how that structure gets built, why 21 days is a myth that's been sabotaging you, and more importantly, the one thing you actually need to change to rewire it. Because once you see the mechanism, you stop fighting yourself and start working with your own biology. Let's start with the part of your brain actually running this show. It's not your prefrontal cortex. That's the part you think is in charge, the one making plans and setting goals. Think of your cortex as the executive suite on the top floor. It's full of meetings, decisions, and 5-year plans. The real habit machinery sits deeper, in a cluster of structures called the basal ganglia. The basal ganglia is the operations floor. In the basement, not glamorous. Nobody visits it. But almost nothing in your daily life runs without it. Every morning, perform dozens of complex actions, swinging your legs out of bed, brushing your teeth in the exact same pattern, coffee without deciding to do any of it. It's not you being lazy. That's your basal ganglia taking a sequence you've repeated hundreds of times and compressing it into a single automatic package. Neuroscientists call this chunking. Your brain doesn't want to reprocess every step of brushing your teeth every single day. That would be exhausting. So it compiles the whole routine into one file and runs it on autopilot. This is the first reframe. A habit isn't a moral weakness. It's an efficiency system. Your brain is trying to save energy for the decisions that actually matter. The bad habit you hate isn't proof you're undisciplined, it's proof your brain is extremely good at its job. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Because the same system that gives you the good habits, the automatic ones you never think twice about, is building your bad ones with the exact same machinery. And the craving you feel isn't caused by the reward, it's caused by the cue. Dopamine, the brain's learning signal, doesn't just fire when you get something good. Early in a habit, yes, it spikes after the reward. But once the habit is established, dopamine shifts. It starts firing the moment you encounter the cue, the notification sound, the stress, the empty evening before you've done anything at all. That anticipatory dopamine hit is what creates craving. It's your brain predicting a reward and pulling you toward the behavior. Automatically, often before your conscious mind is caught up. This is why willpower alone fails so often. You're not fighting a single moment of weakness. You're fighting a prediction your brain made before you were even aware you were choosing. Trying to out-willpower that is like trying to outrun a car by thinking really hard about running faster. It's simply the wrong tool for the mechanism. And here's the part that should bring you real relief. Those old neural pathways for a habit you're trying to break, they don't get deleted ever. They persist in the basal ganglia indefinitely, just weakened. That's not a design flaw. It's why relapse isn't a moral failure or proof you're back at square one. The old path is still there, just quieter. Which means the goal was never to erase the bad habit. The real goal is building a stronger, more traveled path right next to it. You've heard it before? It takes 21 days to build a habit. It's on posters, in books, in every self-help video. It's also not real. That number traces back to a 1960s plastic. A surgeon named Maxwell Maltz, who noticed his patients took about 3 weeks to get used to their new face in the mirror. That was a personal observation about adjustment, not a controlled study on habit formation, and somewhere along the way, it got copy-pasted into fact. The actual research comes from psychologist Philippa Lally at University College London, who tracked real people building real habits. The average time to automaticity was 66 days and, depending on how complex the habit was, the range stretched from 18 days to 254 days. Drinking a glass of water after breakfast? Fast. Doing 50 sit-ups. Before breakfast? Much slower. Because it recruits more of the brain and more resistance. This matters because the 21-day myth is quietly responsible for a huge number of failures that were never failures at all. If you expect automaticity by day 21 and you're still having to think hard about it on day 25, most people conclude the plan isn't working and quit right as the neural pathway was still under construction. You were working off a made-up deadline. Lally's research also found that missing a single day did not meaningfully damage the process. The neural infrastructure stayed intact. One skipped gym session, one missed morning routine, it doesn't reset the counter to zero. That myth alone has probably ended more habits than any real biological setback ever has. So here's what the neuroscience actually tells you to do 3 shifts, straight from the mechanism itself. First, don't try to delete the habit loop. Redirect it. Every habit runs on the same 3-part loop: cue, routine, reward. The most effective strategy isn't to fight the cue or deny yourself the reward. It's to keep both exactly the same and swap out only the routine in the middle. Stressed and you scroll? Keep stress as the cue and feeling calmer as the reward, just change the 90 seconds in between. Your brain doesn't need to unlearn the whole loop, just needs a new middle step to plug in. If this shifted how you think about the habits you're working on, the next question is, what do you do on the day's motivation? Completely disappears. That's actually where most rewiring falls apart. It's a different mechanism entirely. That's next video. Subscribe if you want to keep building this out, and drop in the comments. What's the one habit you're rewiring?